Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Trading Eights. This is the third session. I'm your host, Daniel Sanchez, and sitting with me is a really, really talented saxophonist. You're composing now.
Trying to.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just keeping it alive. You know,
For
trying
sure,
to keep
man.
the music alive.
Composer, band leader, student, professional, all of these things. And more than all that stuff, he's just a good hang, and I'm happy to see he's a friend of mine, Mr. Matt Maldonado.
Hey, everybody.
Matt, thank you so much for making the time to come out, man. I appreciate
Thank you for having me, man.
We've been trying to work this out, and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So here we are at the tail end of spring break, and
Turn this up a little bit.
you're good.
Yeah.
And it's been good. We are shooting from an undisclosed location in Round Rock, Texas, and it's a really nice spot. We have coffee readily available. You may hear some background noise. It's just people walking in and out, but we got a nice sound controlled room. Man. A couple of things that I wanted to say as we were getting started. Wow, this coffee is good.
Yeah, it really it really is.
All right. I get to share a couple of memories because I have the good fortune of getting to work with you at least once a week.
That was
which
fun.
I totally dig.
Oh, me too.
But I remember back when the doors were just getting opened up at Parker, downtown in Austin. We had, there was one night, we just had a bunch of people on stage, and you were one of them. And I can't remember what tune it was. I'm really bad about that. But I can't remember the specific tune, but it was something that, of course, had the 2-bar break right before we jump into the solos. And there was at least 5 or 6 of us on stage. Had to be at least 3 or 4 different horns. And we get to the break, and you were going to take the first ride, and we hit that break, and you lit that thing up over 2 bars, and everybody on the stage literally fell out. It was awesome. It was like for a second I had to catch myself because I was busy listening to what you were doing. I remember Ryan was playing piano for sure, and we all just kind of fell back, rolled our eyes, because it was just, it's not like show-offy, it's not chopsy. This was just the statement you were making, and it just rammed it home, and we were off to the races after that. And I was like, man, those moments, that's one time that occurred, but like that happens for me on the regular when we're playing at the club, and I'm just like, man, I really appreciate it because so many people do a really, really good job, but there's something about those moments, those 2 breaks, and I don't want to just say it's your time, it's just your ideas, but those moments, it's really something sincere and impressive all at the same time that's coming right out of your horn of those 2 break bars.
I appreciate that.
Man, it's so much fun to hear.
Thank you.
So much fun to play.
I had no idea. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
It's great, man. It's always a blast.
I just want to play.
Yeah. Give me a gig.
I just want to play.
No, that's good, man. It's a lot of fun. Absolutely. And then the times that I've been able to go check you out when you've been doing your thing, it's too rare because I'm very thankful for that I'm busy. But yeah, it's always great to see you play.
Thanks, man. I'm glad I get to play with you.
No, man.
It's fun. Tuesday is like very fun for me.
I'm
always excited to go out to the club and play every Tuesday. It's like a second home.
Yeah, it definitely has become that for a lot of people. Well, that's good, man. Well, so the format's pretty simple. I have a handful of questions. The idea is that I ask you 8 questions.
Sure.
I don't think I've asked 8 questions yet, just because we get caught up in talking and the dialogue. But feel free, man. Wherever it is that you want it to go, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
All right. So, talk to me. Was there a musical family there for you?
My dad plays guitar. And my mom, back in the day when she was in high school, she played clarinet.
Okay.
And I have an uncle that's a pastor, and he plays piano. So, you're a little kid, you go to church, and you sit there, and people playing tambourine and all sorts of, Pentecostal, man. So, it's always a party,
Right on.
So, seeing that as a little boy, and then my Aunt Donna, she sings, and seeing them all play is always exciting. But I guess more of my dad playing guitar, I'm always proud when he plays. It's like, oh, that's cool, man.
That is super cool. Did you ever get the chance to work with him, perform?
No, never. But we, when we actually not too long ago, I guess it's back Christmas break, we were playing a little bit, and he still wants to learn, he still wants to play.
I'm turning him off my watch. This is really professional.
Do your thing.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, that was it. It was just like we played a little bit at home, and and you could just see like the happiness and like his heart, which is cool for me. It's like, man, you get to play with your dad. When are you gonna do that? No, it's not. And then my mom wanted to sing a song. She's a great singer. She sings fantastic. And I'm not a pianist by any means, but I can get around. I paid all that money. I better be able to go to school.
Do a little bit of something on everything.
And I'm accompanying her on a tune, and it's cool. And maybe it was I'm being 32 now. I guess it's like must have been 31, which is not that long ago.
It was last year.
It was just last year, not that long ago. But no, I'm just thinking like it's been so long since we got to play together. So,
okay.
But they're musical. They're very musical, and I grew up listening to all sorts of music. Cool music.
And your hometown is Corpus.
Nah, I always say Corpus because no one knows what Kingsville is.
Oh, well, duh. Oh no, we've had this conversation in the Valley. Duh. Okay.
Oh no, not quite the Valley.
No.
Oh, I'm still about 2 hours. Yeah, right. About 4 hours from.
Okay. Well, there you go, folks. My geography is horrible.
Hey, it's all right.
Cool, man. Right on.
Yeah. The big trucks, the King Ranch trucks. That's where they're from.
Ah.
Well, they don't make them there, but that's where it's from. Yeah.
Cool. How often do you get back?
As often as I can.
Right.
I'd like to be there at least a couple times a month, which I would love, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Well, especially right now. You're super busy. So right now, Matt is working on his doctorate in jazz, and you have in May coming up your second DMA recital.
May 1st. May 1st, doing all Brazilian music.
That's right.
Very inspired by my friends, all the other wonderful Brazilian musicians we have in Austin. Check them out.
Yeah.
You got to check them out. These guys are, and a friend actually, Owen too, up in New York, who introduced me to a lot of music, and Mr. Litdew, he is a man.
Daniel is fluent.
He is. He knows, and everyone. They brought me into that little small thing, and we did it like a little album, and which I'm not sure when that's coming out, but
I'd like to hear that.
And because me and Brian Dono, on saxophones, which was an honor to play with him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. But I'm doing all Brazilian music because of my friends. So one in particular, Marco Santos, who's that's my buddy. That's my guitar guy right there. He's shaking his head. He loves it.
Yeah, he's bad.
Fantastic. But May 1st, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to play. That's going to be the relief. People are like, well, I got this coming up. I'm like, you got to play.
Yeah.
You got to play. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just play. Have fun,
I love that. Now that does happen throughout the course of the day, the week. Getting there can be a hassle. Finding parking can be a hassle.
Yeah.
Dealing with all the day-to-day things in life can be a hassle, but once you hit the stage, it all just kind of melts away, and you can just play. And I think that's a great thing to remind myself of. Just have some fun.
Just play.
That's good, man.
Stop. Well, if you got something to worry, you get the emotions from whatever's going on through the day, but I usually tend to forget everything and just sit there and, what are we doing next? What are we doing? Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's time to play. It's time to
That's good.
Think.
So what was the catalyst that made you want to pursue this the way that you're pursuing it now? Because I'm only saying it because you're still in school. As far as I'm concerned, you play at a professional level. But what was the catalyst that said, you know what, I think I'm going to engage?
The DMA thing?
No, just music in general.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get enough of it. I was just having so much fun playing. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do anything else. I want to do music. I just want to play, and I want to teach.
And this happened in junior high school, one day at church. You were driving down the road, listening to some Eminem.
I was a kid, and I had band director cousin, Eddie Benitez. He's my cousin. And he was playing, and I think he did something with Luis Miguel or something. Which is
wow!
Cool. He's a great trombone player. He's a band director, and seeing those guys came from from Kingsville was very, marching band oriented.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not so big in marching band, but I just enjoyed everything. And I was just like, man, I'm just going to do music. I want to play. And then as, I want to play, even though I went to music education, stability,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do that so much. And I admire all the directors who do it.
Of course.
They
Where would we
work
be
so
without
hard.
them?
Exactly. Here getting to talk to you, probably because of directors. But I just wanted to do it. And I just kept going. Once I got into college, I was like, well, let's just do that. And sure enough, here I am. Like in Austin. I didn't think I'd ever be here in Austin. And, but I get to do music, and I love it. And I guess it was from the beginning, I guess.
Okay.
Just kind of weird.
Just kind of always was.
Never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of happened. It always was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Isn't that weird?
No, I have kind of the same thing. I never really thought that there was anything else that I really, really wanted to do.
No, yeah.
I've done other things because I've had to do them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was just that, no, this is what I'm going to do. And then there were a couple of moments that just reinforced that. Like, yeah, this is it. So, no, that's not weird at all.
And I like science, math, and I was good at that stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I want to play.
Dude.
I want to play my horn. I want to teach. I love teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I probably love teaching more than
You're
I
good
play.
at it too.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I've sat in on a couple of his. One.
That's right.
I say a couple. I think it was just once. But yeah, no,
I
it's
appreciate
great
that.
to see you up
That
there
means a
doing what
lot.
you're doing. Yeah.
I like it. It's fun, And then I'm like super animated and always pumped. So everyone just kind of
That
like, he's
helps.
crazy fool. But hey, I have fun. I love to teach jazz ensemble. I mean, who knows if I'm ever going to do that again? You get a job, you don't. And maybe I go in insurance. No idea. But I love teaching. It's so much fun. It's awesome. Can't not do that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a balance to try to maintain.
It
over time.
is absolutely incredible.
Cool. Moving into the performing aspects of things, I think it's. I know the things that I find really important to me, but what is it that you think is most important qualities for a sideman position?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Because you lead your own bands, and you hire folks to come out and do the thing.
Yeah. The sideman thing. Oh man, making whoever you're getting hired for, like whatever the gig is, making them sound better.
Yeah.
It's not about us. It's not about me. I'm included. You're always going to get the recognition. Someone's going to say so and so is playing with me, or this person, that person. Just how can I make that group better? And which is a big deal for me because they got to play all sorts of styles. And, the versatility thing is very important. But man, how can you make everything sound better? That's the thing for me. I guess that's the whole sideman thing. Is if it's about well, I have to play this gig. Well, why are you doing the gig?
We've had that conversation about it.
Yeah,
for sure. In terms of what you're listening to right now, let's talk for just a moment
Ooh,
about.
I'm excited.
Let's talk just a moment for what for me was kind of the catalyst to want to have you do this. In no way, shape, or form am I comparing myself to Chick Corea, and not trying to compare you specifically to Michael Brecker.
God, don't do that.
Yeah, but which is unfair because I got to go back and talk about it because we discussed it with Adrian Ruiz in our first session.
I remember, yeah.
There is that moment on the Three Quartets record where Chick's on drums and Michael Brecker is playing his horn and they're playing Confirmation. For me, it was an absolute joy to get to see Brecker do that live.
Man, I never got to see that.
I mean, it's
That's so
unfair, I
cool.
guess, because I saw him twice. I saw him once, actually with Arturo Sandoval, and then he was supposed to have Tane playing drums with him, but it was Adam Nussbaum. Okay, so sorry guys. So no, it was I was still going to school in Lubbock at Texas Tech, and we drove to San Antonio for a San Antonio Jazz Festival, and this was crazy. So, get this right. Arturo's band was playing. They were doing some contrafact of Giant Steps or something like that, and of course it's burning and it's Latin. And dude, I'm not joking. Brecker couldn't figure it out. His first ride. It wasn't bad, but he was totally kind of like. Anyway, he takes like maybe 2 courses and he takes off. And then Arturo gets up and he destroys the world, and whoever's up gets up and destroys the world. And then Brecker like taps Arturo on the shoulders like, hey, man, so yeah, take another ride. Just
That's Brecker.
lays waste to the whole thing, man. It was amazing. And then there was a moment during Brecker's set, because he did his own set with his group, where he literally went to the back where Adam Nussbaum was sitting behind the drum set, took the bell of his horn and pretty much stuck it in Adam's face. And Adam just like put his face in it, and they just drums and sax.
That's so fun.
And
That's
I
my
love
favorite.
that. And so I always think about that, because it's Brecker with Adam Nussbaum. I think about that with Brecker and Chick on the 3 Quartets album. And I have not had the opportunity to do that with you yet.
Hey man, I'm in. I'm in. Always in for that. And one of the biggest moments of my life. And Don, I hope you can see this. And Don's even mentioned we were sitting in the class, being tortured in this class. It was a cool class, but it wasn't a jazz class. I'm not going to say what class it was. We were sitting there, but it wasn't a jazz class.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school. But we're sitting there in the back, and he goes, "What's one of your favorite musical moments?" And Don and I have this musical moment for sure. You know Don Gosser. And great drummer, great drummer. But we're playing a tune. It might have been a tune he wrote. I think. It didn't even matter what tune it was. It was for Anne, and they just cut us loose. John Freeman he's like, "No, you 2 guys start the song. You 2 guys basically almost end the tune." And it was just crazy, just him and I. And he goes, "What's your favorite musical?" And he goes, "Well, Matt here." And I still remember. He goes, "He's over here in the red shirt." We were like the first couple classes, And he goes, "Man, we had to play something that was like pretty special, and it was just him and I." And that's something that I won't forget.
Dig.
So I hope we get to do that, because man, I love doing that. It's
a
like
lot of fun.
The form's there, whatever, blah blah blah. If the form messes up, who cares? Like, it's the moment. It's what's going on here between, like, right this second. It's like it's a special thing. Like, you can't get past how special that is.
And I could dig it with a trumpet player. I could dig it with a guitar player. Guitar player would be second for me, but something about sax and drums, just duet.
Coltrane back in the days, that kind of thing. I love that. I love doing that. It's just freeze. It just kind of, it's a release of everything that's like build up inside of your day or whatever, a week, month, year. You're going through something big. Your plan is, dang, oh man, I almost wish I had played drums. I could be on the other end of it, which would be like even better.
It's just fun. You just get to a bashing point, but it is so warm and round and organic, and I just totally dig that. So, what are you listening to now? Now, you hipped me to the Troy Roberts and the new band.
Troy.
That was, I still have that set list that you sent to me.
Oh,
what else what are you digging on now?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not listening to anything from this side of the country, or this side of the world.
Right.
Well, I guess it's on this side of the world, but
Dig.
I'm on the Brazilian music right now.
Okay.
Listening, from a butcher every name, Jovan, Nene, Hermeto Pascoal, and I'm just like, I feel like there's so many people that need to hear this.
I need to hear that.
I can't believe how amazing this music is, and on a daily basis, I'm like, Marco sends me like 1,000 recordings.
Y'all need to put me on that thread.
And Juliana sent me a bunch of recordings, and Fabio and all. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why haven't I been listening to this? And I even told Chris, and I was like, I have some music you're gonna want to use. And he goes, huh. Chris knows every tune on this side of and it's like, you can't stump Chris. Like, you can't. You really can't. But I think some of this...
We're speaking of our buddy Chris Kim.
Yeah. Chris Parker Jessica.
Yeah.
But, and I'm going to send him some of that music, and, like, I have all these books and stuff that I've been getting from Marco's been sending me of these giants that, like, people are unaware of, and I can't even imagine that I've gone this far without listening to this. The complexity of the chords and stuff, and you take them in. I got sax lessons with John Mills. It's like, and even, it's like, if you're impressing Dr. Mills, like bringing in something cool, and he's like, that's
something's going on. Yeah,
he's done everything.
Right.
He's like, he's a genius himself.
Right.
But that's what I've been listening to, and I can't, literally on the way here, everywhere I go, this Javan song, I can't even say the title. Maria song. It's probably I'm probably saying it wrong, but I love it. That's what I'm listening to.
That's great.
Every day, like
Nice.
I can't stop. I've been posting on Facebook. You know, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. You know, no, maybe people are checking it. Everyone's checking it out,
Yeah.
but you know, whether they're really like, whoa, okay, you know, this is cool. Like the song Kathy, you know, it's like
They may be listening, but they're not hearing it.
I hope they're doing both.
Yeah.
And I posted because I want to share it because I think everyone should listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like whether you like it or not, that's cool. Like, but that's what I'm listening to right now, and I can't get enough of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I hope to dig more, and I started digging in further, and like I sent him recordings, and I said Marco, always Marco, and I sent him Marco the recordings, and he goes, Julianne has the music. Oh, I have the music. And it's just like. You
know that already.
It's just like, dang. But for me, it's new, and it's like the most exciting thing that's going on right now. And I love still listening to the modern guys today. And that's it right now. That's
cool.
it. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh,
At this point, I'm obsessed with this music, and I'm like, well, I better be. I got to play a recital.
That too. There is that for sure. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to dive in and dig on some of that.
I'll send you something. Oh, you'll
Yes,
love it.
you will.
I cannot imagine not like playing this music. I have the books for like the entire tune. It's like
Nice.
It's like this exists.
You're gonna put that on
I wasn't
PDF
aware
and
of
send
it.
it to me.
Oh yeah. I know.
So, over the last 1-2 years, give or take, what do you think has been the most significant event in your musical growth?
Funny, it's a part of music, the hang.
Ah,
You know, everyone talks about the hang, and everyone's always like, I see Matt everywhere. You better believe it. You better believe it. It's the hang. It's being a part, like going to see your friends, going to talk to people, seeing where they're playing. You know, you get to hear everybody. Maybe everyone's talking or something, but you're listening. You know, you're always listening. There's things going on. For me, that's been the biggest, I guess, musical development is just being a part of the music. Maybe you're not playing it.
yeah.
You're just there. Every time I see, like, okay, so your second guest, Dan, you know, Dufour he's got his jam, and I always tell him every time I see him, how's your jam going? You know, and I want to go, but I play every Tuesday. I'm not gonna not play. He's not gonna not have his jam. It's just wanting to be a part of everything has been the biggest development, I guess.
Oh, that's great.
And I love that. Like it's fun. You know, it's just you get to see your friends. You never know who's gonna show up at the hang.
True.
You never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. So I think that's the biggest thing. Of course, playing and chatting, blah 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 blah. You know, fine.
Right.
That's all the things you're supposed to do.
Right. No,
You know?
this is a
You
perfect
don't
answer.
have to be at the hang. You don't have to be there. You don't have to sit there. You can go on your break and go sit there and put your head down on the table. You know, you don't have to, but you get to something somebody says may encourage you, or something you may hear may change your life at that moment. I mean, okay, here's something funny. So the whole thing with the elephant room going under smoke. Yeah, like that, people aren't going to forget that,
No.
you know. But it might have changed somebody's life in like a funny way, or someone's going to talk about that forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that kind of thing kind of helps me, just seeing what everyone else is doing, and I like being around people. I love being around people. But that's what's helped me, I guess, in my musical development and stuff like that.
That's
I know
great.
it's kind of.
No, I think that's great. That's. I mean, you're interacting with folks in an honest way and just enjoying that back and forth, the give and take.
Yeah.
And if you can't, somebody said once a long time ago, said, if you can't be just honest in your life and honest with people, how do you expect to be honest through your horn?
Oh, yeah, that's deep.
I was like, man, that makes great sense,
Yeah,
because
I'm
it's
gonna
just
take
this
that, yeah.
enjoyable
Why not?
dialogue.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
that's
That's
awesome.
what it's funny to say. Was that really music related? Yeah, it is. It's like, why would it not be?
Yeah.
you're gonna sit there. You're gonna talk about music.
Mm-hmm.
If you're with a music person, I don't care who you are. You're gonna bring up something.
Yeah.
Every time, and it's maybe something you haven't known. I don't know, and it might help you, or you're gonna think about it. I mean, I just brought up Brazilian music, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's good. That was perfect. Yeah.
oh man.
All right. What is your favorite inspirational jazz album?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm so bad with album names, but I guess the one that's it's funny because you listen. I listen to tracks on YouTube. We got YouTube now. So
Yeah.
YouTube. And I guess I've always enjoyed jazz. I've always listened to it, but as a young person, it was always just specific like recordings. But the one that's really got me is Tales from the Hudson. Michael Brecker.
That's a record, yeah.
Yeah, African Skies.
Okay.
Oh my God! Since it came out in '96, something like that. That's the one.
Okay.
That's just like, and the thing is, I'm not even like a real tenor player. Like I'm a makeshift tenor player, learning how to play tenor. I'm an alto player,
Gotcha.
which I love. Cannonball, that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonball's my guy. Playing soulful is the most important thing in the whole world to me. But Tales from the Hudson is something that it's magical.
Okay.
So that's the one that that and the African Skies of that tune is just the one that inspires me. I don't listen to it as much but I was listening to it probably every day for about, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years.
Do you know what year that was that came out? Tell us what
96. I think it's 96. I can check, but I'm pretty sure it's 96. But gosh, it's like, and I was like, what was I doing in 96? I was like, not even, maybe in middle school, something. Like I'm thinking, like acting like, well, I'm old. Like I've been around.
Leave that to me.
I was like I've been around, but no, I think it was '96. That's the one that's just super cool to me.
Right on.
And I mean, there's obviously it's like people will be like, Go, Dexter Gordon, all these, which I love. I'm obsessed with Dexter Gordon's music. I'm obsessed with all those guys from back in the day. But this one is just something that spoke to me, I guess, because as a kid, and I'm gonna get bashed for this one. First saxophone player. Who did I hear first?
Kenny G.
You got it. And it wasn't.
You know what? I have the equivalent because I went backwards. The first cat that I checked out, and I still love him to death, was Dave Weckl.
Oh, dude.
And that was like that Alive record, that Chick Corea acoustic band Alive, where they're doing like Green Dolphin and Sophisticated Lady and all that stuff. But yeah, and a lot of cats are like, really Weckl? Because he's so this, that, and that. Like, he's so what? Badass?
He plays.
Yeah.
He sounds good, and I'm not going to question him. Like, I'm not like so much of a Kenny G fan, but when I was a kid, I heard Kenny G play, and because of my mom, it's like, Kenny G Christmas album, whatever, fine. I don't want to play like that. That's not my thing. But you asked me to do it, you better believe it's going to come out. When a man loves a woman, I hate y'all for that. I'm fine playing with tunes like that, but it's like, it's funny. It's just like, time to turn it on.
Yes. And the only way you can turn it on is if you know it. If you've listened to it, yeah.
If it's here and here, you got it. So it was funny. So I heard that, and then I hear like years later. That's always probably your first thing you're gonna know. And then you hear Brecker. No, he's not that. But if he wants to, he could do whatever he wants. Like, I mean, and it's so when I heard that album, he's playing so soulful and whatever, blah blah blah, on Tales from the Hudson, and it's like, that's just magical to me because he's doing so many things at once. And it's not like, that's Kenny G. No, it's never going to be that. But it's funny, but you can hear the relationship of all these things, and that's what makes me really enjoy that album. But it's funny how Kenny G was the first person. I was still like, man, people are like, do you know this song? I'm like,
yes, I know that song. Here we go.
It's funny.
That's funny.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's good. Oh. I like it. Okay. Okay. What is your least favorite musical genre?
don't get mad at me. Kind of don't like this modern country stuff. It's I respect it. You should.
Yeah.
You should just respect the music because it's music. But I think this modern country stuff, it's like a mix. I'm hearing these guys rap, and so I'm like, being disrespectful. You're being disrespectful to George. George, you know, like, so, I mean, I'm from Kingsville, maybe South Texas, blah blah blah. But it's like, man, it's King Ranch, the end. Like, the end. Like,
gotcha.
I don't know this whole. I'm not even gonna say the artist.
Yeah, that's
they're
all right.
gonna hear me and they're gonna get
That's
me.
all right.
You know, so
I got good friends at all those camps.
Yeah, and you know they play. Man, these guys sound great. Okay. Speaking of guys who sound great, the guitar player, I guess he played with George Strait, McCrary. I was talking with Chris Capperell, David Capperell's dad. He called me for a gig last night, and we were talking about that same thing. He's a country guitar guy, but he's amazing. And I know all you Austin guys know about this. I can't remember McCrary's like he's ridiculous. I may be completely wrong with the name, but I know who he is.
Well, a lot of those cats are bad. Brad Paisley.
Oh my God!
Beast. Ben Caesar, his drummer, is a beast, and Rich Redmond's a beast. I mean, all of these guys. But I understand. It's not everybody's.
Yeah, you know, it's a song. I'm not sitting there. Like, I don't turn the radio on. I wish they'd just take the radio off of my car because I don't want to catch something like that. And I'm like, oh man,
gotcha.
Off.
Man, it's an interesting dynamic, and there's some. I've talked to a lot of folks that's just their bag, and they love it and they do it to death. And I'm like, wow, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's cool. It's totally cool. It's like I respect it. Always gonna respect it because it's music. And if I don't respect the music, then it's like not respecting your career.
I hear that.
But I mean, you can. I don't hate it and sit there and be like, man, I'm gonna leave this place. No, I'll listen. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think you have to.
You have to.
What's his name? Billy Kilson. That reminds me of that. He went out of his way during an interview that I watched that he did, where he said, you know, specifically one of the things that he has sought out to do was to go and listen to the music that he doesn't like, specifically. Because if you, as you were saying, you've got to be versatile. So the only way, if you want, this is just strictly if you want to work, you've got to be able to do all these things. And you may get the phone call. It may not be your bag, but you may get the phone call to do X, Y, Z.
Say yes.
And if you don't even have it in your ears, you got to get it in your ears.
You better. You go, hey, this gig pays, who cares? Yeah, I'm talking about pay, $1 million. No, I don't like that music. Oh, okay.
Right, yeah. Pick another time to pick and choose your battles. Go play that gig.
Play, you know. Go do your thing. Go ahead and not do that. No. Play it. Like, play the gig. And he's like, well, it's free, but you're playing with this guy and this guy and this guy. Who cares? Go play it. Like, I mean, it's funny, you know, okay, I'm going back to school or anything, but to the school thing, but I'm doing, like, the whole dissertation, all that, on versatility, on how to be the versatile musician now. Like, you better believe, lock them doors and whatever, you know, like country song, you're gonna nail it. But I have it in here. You know, maybe you don't like it, but you better do it. Like, you should do it. I mean, be picky and choosy as you get better, whatever. But there's gonna be a moment where you're gonna have to do something like that.
I think it's a good study. Whatever it is that you know, it's all worth listening to.
You better be versatile. Yeah. Like, you have to be.
And you got to be able to grab from whatever.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not Chris Potter or Michael Brecker. But even then, he's playing with Shaka Khan, and he's playing. What's that? Man, I wanted to be in that band so bad. He retired. David Letterman's band.
What can't they do?
Exactly.
Oh,
and he shows up, and what's the piano player's name? Paul Schaefer. He goes, where's Michael Brecker? You know, this high voice. He goes, where's Michael Brecker? He ain't been playing so good. And he's saying, just come on here and play. He comes out there and just destroys the blues. And I'm just like, I don't even know that could be a blues. Like, it's like the way he played it. He just does his thing, blues, and then boom. He didn't care. He probably just played 300 choruses with chick.
Yeah.
You know, and chicks on drums. You know, who cares?
Yeah, I hear that.
No, I'm with you.
That versatility thing is huge.
It's
And
honestly
you can
the most
get example after example after example of cats that we look at as icons and inspirations that that's what they do. And they go play this gig and then they go play this gig, and they're two completely different things, but they can do it because they've got it in their ears and they've taken the time to listen.
Yeah, and that's why.
And they're bad.
Yeah, they're amazing. My favorite saxophone player of all time. Well, not of all time. You know, I might even, maybe not my favorite of all time, but it's Bob Reynolds.
Okay.
And I love Bob Reynolds. He's sitting there playing gigs with Larry Goldings. He goes out there and play with John Mayer. He has his quartets. You know, he's getting ready to go to Europe and do that thing. And he plays the snarky puppy. Are you kidding me? Why would you not want to be that guy?
Yeah.
You know, it's like 40-something years old. And like, dude, he's like, oh, you know, people are like, well, he played with John Mayer. I'm like, John Mayer's bad. I'm like, that's a bad dude, you know? I'm like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I strive to be like that.
It's all valid.
It's like Tuesday, I'm playing a 20s gig, and then Wednesday I'm playing Now, or with Now at the Elephant Room, and that's 100% different. Or with, we used to be Baker's Dozen, now Tonic. I don't know how you don't want to be a part of being versatile and
Being able to put on those different hats.
Man, if you're good enough to do your own thing, hey, more power to you, but I'm not. I want to do it all until I get to be that. Maybe I'll never get there, but who cares?
Yeah. It's the journey.
It is about the journey.
Right on. Big, man. It's good stuff, folks. Okay, so this is probably kind of an easy one, but so what do you think when you're giving a performance, what is it that really is that exciting moment?
I've seen people in the audience. Like hearing that and hearing my friends on stage going, yeah, or, you know, woo. You know, one of those, that's the most exciting things in the whole world. It's like you get to walk out there and you get to see people look up and they're like, maybe they're sitting there, they're drinking, doing whatever they're doing, but they look at you and they're like looking at you like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing that for them, and they're doing this, and they have no idea that means that's so much to me. I think that's the most important part, the most fun for me. It's like, hey, here you go, I'm going to play this wedding gig. Yeah, well, I feel you. But you know what? It's cool when they come up at the very end. Thank you so much for the music and made everything in my life. This made this moment better than anything I could have dreamed for. And you're like, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of.
Oh, that's significant.
I bet that's probably what everybody says. But
I've heard a few different things, but yeah, no, that's good.
That's the one.
That's good.
I love it. I just love being able to play. People enjoying it.
That connection between you and the audience.
You know,
between people.
Maybe you're in a room and everybody hates your plan. Maybe. There's going to be one person be like, I liked that little thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I like that. I did that. Cool, man. What is it in a performance that brings you down?
What bums me out in a performance that brings me down? I guess when nobody on stage wants to be there. I know that's kind of like a, you know.
Well, that's bringing me down, that thought.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, well, I don't want to play here. It's like, well, I get you. I know everybody has that. Everybody has it. It doesn't matter what you're playing. It'd be the most exciting gig in the world. But it just kind of bums me out a little bit. It's like, well, and then what if we don't want to be there, and the next person don't want to be there, and then the other person don't want to be there? Everyone has that same feeling all at the same time. What's it going to do for the music, you know? That's why I try to show up and be like, all right, just have fun.
Yeah.
Just do your thing, do what you know, and have fun. I'm not sitting there telling myself that in the car, in the mirror or anything, but it's a mantra. Okay, look at himself in the mirror. Look at this crazy boy in his car talking to himself. But no, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what it is.
Okay, cool. If you didn't play sax, what would be the other instrument? Piano. Is it?
Piano.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. You know, I should be. I still play a little bit. It would be piano, and then probably bass. And I know everyone's gonna be like, "Wait, what?" No, a rhythm instrument and be good at it. Like, are you kidding me? It's like driving the bus. It doesn't. A rhythm instrument. I was gonna say because you know what? I want to be in the back and being the bus driver on bass. Are you kidding me? Why would you not sit there being Elvin? You know, like, oh my God, like that's just the coolest feeling in the world. I mean, I don't know. I love the rhythm instruments, man. Well, you get to do it every day, and I'm so jealous. And yeah, I could sit there. I'll swing a cool 120. We go any faster than that, it's over.
Next 120, we're gonna get you back there. We're gonna make it happen.
We go 122. I'm gonna be dragging, but we're gonna swing at 120. You know,
right on.
A rhythm instrument, more so, I guess piano would be number one. And it's like, well, why not trombone? Why not saxophone? Or why not trumpet or something? Well, I'd love to play that too. But man, being a rhythm guy is cool.
Yeah.
That's just, there's so much. It's important.
Yeah.
Like it's so important.
I agree.
I don't know. So the funny thing is, it's like I love listening to like a funk bass kind of thing. Because once that's gone, you're like, what happened? Where's the funk at? Like, where'd it go?
Where's the funk at?
Yeah, you know, it's like, where'd it go? I don't know. That's just what I'd love to do.
I like it. That's good. Outside of jazz, what is your favorite music to listen to?
So, oh man.
And I mean, even outside of the Brazilian stuff, I'm talking about completely different genre.
Oh man, I was like a hip hop kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, back in the day, Tupac and
okay.
Oh yeah. Straight up, all that stuff. I love that. I used to listen to like 30 Seconds to Mars, Incubus. I loved. Oh man, I was just like, I loved everything.
Can you throw me a Tupac line?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to disrespect that man. Who knows if he's dead or not? Might be living in Kyle, Texas. You know?
He's on his way
no
down.
idea. Man, it's been so long. I wish I would listen to more of it again. You know, that was some cool stuff back in the day. I know you got all these new guys and they're great, but it's like that was cool to me. You know, people are always like, yeah, I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I liked it. It was
good.
Fun, you know?
So, getting here towards the end.
Uh-huh.
What profession other than what you're working towards now and what you're doing now would you like to attempt?
That like to attempt. I know. Would like to attempt. Attempt or be good at.
Be good at. If you had I've personally have always thought some kind. I wanted to be a dancer, and I wanted to be a vocalist.
Cool.
That's what I wanted,
Hey,
but I had to make that decision.
Cool.
But other than being a musician,
I'd love to be a doctor.
yeah,
I would love to be a doctor. You get to help people, which is super cool. And you have to be incredibly knowledgeable because you could save a life or bring, which I consider music to be that almost the same kind of thing. You could save somebody's life. Everyone goes, music saved my life. Well, can you imagine being in that role? Like you actually physically being able to save that life? Mm-hmm. That's the coolest thing in the world. That's like, oh man, Dr. Jim Rose, are you kidding me?
dude, that dude freaks me out.
He's like,
That's
just
crazy.
Like hanging out, and he's like, I still can't. Like he said a couple of weeks ago, he said, once a month, someone will fall in a tub or something and hit their head, or use gang scooters everywhere, you know, and he has to operate. And he saves that life, and he talks about it like he's just making a sandwich, like
and then he comes in later on and he just blows, and
he just has fun.
Thankful to us. It says things like, man, I just learned so much from you every time. I'm like, dude,
you're a cool dude.
Yeah, man.
You're doing it. You get to do that. They can do that. We can't go around and be like, well, during the night I play music, and then during the day I get to go.
Yeah, so time out. So this is worth talking to you. There's a cat in town named Dr. Jim Rose, and he is a brain surgeon.
That's amazing.
And he does this every day, and then he comes to whatever venue, whatever musical hang, and he'll break out his trumpet and he'll blow, and he just has these moments where it's just like, golly, he sounds absolutely great, and it's kind of mind-blowing that he does that so well, and then turns around and flies helicopters, and then turns around and does brain surgery. So,
I forgot
whatever.
about that.
Shout out to Dr. Jem.
Yeah,
For
he's
sure.
cool, man. He's a nice guy. He's just a wonderful person. It's like, you know, that's the cool part, I guess, being in a different profession. You can go to music, but if you're in music, it's harder to just, well, I'm going to hop in that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good luck.
Yeah, right, for sure. Let me go hop into some brain surgery. I'll be right back. No, that ain't happening.
That's so cool. But yeah, I don't know. I always see, I'd love to be a doctor. That would have been really, really interesting. Yeah, maybe I could have done it, whatever, but I like science.
I like you
Super
on the
nerd.
saxophone.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you don't want me operating on anything.
So, is there anything that's happening, that's going on, that is worth mentioning, worth talking about right now for you? Something that's been, you've got into production, you've got into works, you're working towards.
Yeah, so it was funny. I just recently, I've just got this obsession to want to learn how to record and get good at it and play all these instruments and try to make something out of nothing. You know, it's cool. I was like, went online. I was like, well, I need to get another computer. I ended up getting a MacBook Pro 15, big old massive thing.
Shout to Apple.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I want to record, so I need to get some sort of checking out the focus rights and all these things. And I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna go big. I got the 18i20 when, you know, there's so many inputs, and you know, I'm into that. And like, that's something that I'm down with right now. Like, I want to get into that. I want to get better at it. And like all my friends that do that on a regular basis are like, you should do it. You know, they're not. No one's discouraging it. So I want to be. That's the
Those are
new
good
thing.
friends, yeah.
That's the thing. I guess right now that I want to get into.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other than that, I guess everything's just going pretty well.
Done with school.
I can't wait to be done. I love the people I get to work with. But come on, 32 years old now. I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm burnt out.
Ready to be out.
And it's fun because you get to see these people. You get to hang out with these, you know, the younger students, the older students, the professors, and all these things that are just wonderful. And you're learning something every day. You hear something funny. You hear something discouraging, but it's cool. Like but being teeter-tottering between almost a professor, because I'm teaching jazz ensemble, sitting in the classroom. You know, it's like, just push me to the other side. Give me a job. I would love to do it, but I guess just that in school is really.
So, some time ago, I think maybe a couple of years. I think it was when we had lunch at the place we can never remember.
Oh
where we
yeah.
went.
It was a cool place.
It was a cool place. Thank you, whoever you were.
It wasn't McDonald's.
No, it was not. You know how they call McDonald's in Australia? Macca's.
Wow.
Macca's. So they don't do a Mickey D's run, they do a Macca's run. You're welcome. Thank you to Chris and his wife from Australia. Okay. You back then you said that you thought your focus was still going to be looking for a job in teaching. Is that still ideally what you want to do?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to teach. I love teaching. I love being in front of a band. I love getting to talk to students that could potentially, because you could change someone's life for sure, you know. And it's just rewarding. I love to play. It depends on how you are that day. It could be 50-50, 60-40. 50-50, yeah, 80-20. You better practice.
Yep.
Because you're making the music sound sad. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Or, you know, but in the end, you're still happy about it. But I want to teach. Looking for jobs. You know, the whole thing is, I'm pretty sure I told you, but, you know, like, I wanted to hopefully get a job. I know people are going to torture me for this out in the LA area. You know, it's just cool to me. I'm from the coast. I'm like, and no offense, I don't want to be at this coast anymore. I want to try something different.
Yeah.
And it's too cold. And the other side, I'm not going.
It gets cold.
I'm not going to the east.
Yeah,
If you get a job out there, you better believe I'll be there with a smile on my face. It's a job, but I want to teach. I really, really do, and I hope I can get something soon. I mean, because I'm almost done here. So.
Right. Man, I have no doubt I have no doubt whatsoever. I remember when you were looking at a couple auditions a little while back, and a couple other situations. I'm like, there is no doubt whatsoever in my mind. Going down the road, you're going to get where it is that you need to be, and you're going to do incredibly well.
Gosh, I hope so.
I believe it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man.
We'll see. Hopefully, something happens. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, when it happens, after it happens, years after it happens, I hope that we can do this again. If not sooner.
I would love that.
Just hang out and see what's going on.
I hope so. I'm in.
Dude.
I just want to hang. I just want to hang and talk and just be a part of everything. So
That's good, man.
we'll see what happens. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. Matt Maldonado. Thank you
Thank you
so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you
for having me.